Hi team, welcome to this recording which is on averages from a table. Now, I want us to imagine for a second that we're actually doing some kind of experiment. Okay, that I've asked you to go and select a random group of 30 students in the school and record their ages. Okay, so you diligently wander around school, you select 30 people at random using a random method, and then you record each of their ages. You write down a nice list like this of all of their ages. Okay, and I want us to be able to do some analysis of that. If I want us to do an analysis, that I might ask for like 4 statistics, and these are the 4 statistics we know quite well now, which are the mean, median, mode, and range. Okay. Now, you could definitely calculate all of those from this big list. Okay. But for the mean, like especially, you're going to have to add up all 30 numbers and then divide them by 30. Okay, which you could do, but would take you some time, and the risk of you making a small mistake that you're not going to be able to find is pretty high. Median, you're going to have to rewrite the whole list in order, making sure you're really, really careful to do so. Mode, you're going to have to like count each number, and then range, you're going to have to find the smallest and largest. Now, as I say, all of that's something you can do, but it's not necessarily a very easy process. So what we're going to start doing is start putting our data in a table like this. Now, what I've done is I've got all of the ages listed, okay, and then we've counted each of them. And so here, this frequency column, that means that there are 7 people aged 11. Okay? The frequency column is how many times I have someone with the age of 11. Okay? The age of 12, the age of 13, the age of 14, etc. Right? This will make our calculations much, much easier, but there's also some things we need to know when we're going to be calculating the median, the mean, the mode, and the range. So let's have a look at each of those in turn. So here's our table again, and we want to calculate the mode. The mode is the most common value, and with this table it's so easy. The frequency tells us how many of each age we have, right? So the mode, the most common, has to just be 11. 7 is the biggest frequency. Easy as that. Okay, so this table makes that so simple. The mode is 11. Done. Now, let's have a look at the median. Okay, now the median is the middle number, right? In order is the middle number. So this is slightly more difficult, but we should remember that to find the median, we have to do, or we can do, n plus 1 divided by 2 to find the location, the place, the place in the order of all of the bits of data to find where it is. So n is 30. Okay, so what I'm saying is we need to do 30 plus 1 divided by 2, okay? And that will give us 30 plus 1 is then 15. So 30 plus 1 is 31 divided by 2 is 15.5. And so that tells us that the median is the 15.5th bit of data if we listed them all out in order, okay? And so what I can now do is start thinking about where that will be using my frequencies. Okay, so this calculation tells us the location. Okay, the location of the median, and now we need to see what the median is. Okay, so I want the 15.5th bit of data. These are in order now because I've got 7 numbers and 7 people aged 11, then 4 aged 12, then 4 aged 13, etc. So to find the 15.5th bit of data, I know that I've got 7 here in the first group, in the first box, sorry. In the first 2 boxes, I have 11 bits of data. In the next box, I have in the first 3 boxes, I have 15 bits of data, and we're getting close here. And in the next box, I have 18 bits of data. Okay, so that's telling me that my median, which is the 15.5th bit of data, must be in between these two values. Okay. 15.5, the 0.5 means it's going to be in between two values, right? So my median has to be in between 13 and 14. The thing in between that is 13.5, okay? 13.5 is the median age. So we need to find the location of the median, and then we need to count up to get our median. Now, let's have a look at the range. The range is the largest value, take away the smallest value. Okay. Now, we might be tempted to go, right, well, I've got 7, take away 1. Okay, so the range is 6. We don't use the frequency to calculate the range. The range is on our actual data, and this column here, the ages, is our actual data. Okay. So, my range is going to be the biggest, take away the smallest. Okay. 19 minus 11, and so it's 8 years. Okay, the range is the biggest, take away the smallest. Now, lastly, we want to have a look at the mean. Now, I know that if this was 30 bits of data all written out, I would add all the data up and then divide by the number of data points. Okay, I'd add all the data up and then divide by the number of data points. Now, to do that with a table like this, there's a really easy way of doing it. Okay, when I add up all the data, I want to sum up every single age. I want to add all the ages together. Now, if I've got 7 people who are aged 11. Okay, the total age of everyone who's aged 11 is going to be 7 times by 11, and so I get 77. Okay, the total of all 4 people who are aged 12 is going to be 4 times by 12. Okay, which will give me 48. The total of the people who are aged 13 is 4 times by 13, and I get 52. Then 3 times 14, and I get 42. 3 times 15 now, I get 45. 5 times 16, I get 80. 1 times 17, and I get 17. 2 times 18, I get 36. 1 times 19, and I get 19. Now this is telling me the total age of all 7 people who are 11, right? Then the total age of all 4 people who are 12. And I can keep going like that all the way through the frequency table. And this calculation then will help me to find the total age of all 30 people. So I just need to add up all of these figures here. Okay, so I'm going to add all of these together. And this means we're not adding 30 numbers together. We only have to add these 9 numbers. Now that gives us 416. Okay, so 416 is going to go on top of my fraction to calculate the mean. Now the number of data points, I'm told it in the question. Sometimes we won't be told it, so I'm going to have to add up all my frequencies. The total frequency, okay, will be 30, because there's 30 students in total. So I need to divide this by 30. So if I do 416 divided by 30, I'm going to get 13.9 years. Easy as that. Okay. Any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, good luck.